Welcome to the 8th episode of the Crumbl Cookie Weekly Review. I am so excited. I don't know, like I'm almost looking forward to Sundays as much as Mondays. Just the anticipation of the cookie lineup coming out is enough to just get me so excited. Am I alone with this? Is anybody else just like checking the Crumbl Cookie website like every half hour starting in the afternoon? Because I find myself doing it. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at this week's lineup. One thing you'll notice is the bigger box, and oh yeah, that means it's 5 cookies again, 2 weeks in a row? What is it, my birthday? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. So here we got the lemon poppy seed, Texas sheet cake, brand new cookie, the monster, raspberry cheesecake, ho boy, and sea salt toffee. These actually look really good. I wasn't super excited about last week's lineup, and oh my goodness. So we are going to jump into these cookies, give them an individual rating and a weekly score. Now they do have that beautiful cookie cutter, but I don't know what I'd use it for. I eat the whole cookie. We don't mess around with little samples here. We eat the entire thing every time. So let's get into these cookies. All right, we are going to start with the lemon poppy seed. All right, let's take a look here. It's a kind of got a little glazy gloss on it. This is a soft cookie. Now it has a lemon kind of filling in it. I do find myself really enjoying lemon in cookies these days. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm so excited. Lemon hits from different angles on here. The cookie is a little bit sweeter than I thought, but like the lemon tartness, both from the glaze and that filling, the filling is actually really good. It's not too much. I was a little bit worried about that. I don't really so much taste the poppy seeds. I heard there's a almond lemon glaze on top. So far, this is fabulous. All right, let's get another bite in here. Very delicate cookie. Take a look at here. See that? Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? Wanted it to go to waste. That filling in there is actually really nice. It's not too much. It's not too strong. Lemon overall is it's really balanced. This is actually a fantastic lemon cookie. Last bite. Excellent start. Next, let's move on to the Texas sheet cake. New cookie for them. Obviously served warm. This one doesn't feel too warm. Now, this is a chocolate cookie. It's got a fudgy glaze with some toasted pecans. I love pecans. I am hoping this is not going to be brownie-like. I'm hoping it's going to be a little bit more on the sweeter side. So, okay, here we go. Ooh, that's nice. Now this is interesting because typically I'm not a big fan of their brownie-ish type cookies, but this also tastes brownie, but in the manner that I like brownies, like on the sweeter side. When I visualize biting into a Texas sheet cake, it has a certain consistency, a certain sweetness, a certain density, and I get that from this cookie. The fudge is sweeter than I was expecting, which is exactly what I wanted. This is actually Better than I was expecting, but we're gonna need a little bit more though. Take a look here. You can see the middle. You get some of this dense sheet cake part, but then on the bottom, you have like a different layer and texture. Don't know if the camera picked that up, but in the middle is that more of a dense, you know, Texas sheet cake brownie type consistency, and then the bottom is a little bit softer. This is actually balanced quite well. All right. Really good. Last bite. All right, two very different cookies and both very good. Next, we're gonna move on to the monster. Right. This one, it's certainly monstrous in size, pretty thick. All kinds of business in there, semi-sweet chocolate chips and peanut butter chips. I don't know if it's Reese's, but oh boy. I'm curious about this. Also oatmeal. I love me some oatmeal in cookies, so let's see what this is all about. Peanut butter actually hits me right away. Almost as though it's kind of like a peanut butter cookie. That bite didn't have a whole lot of chunks of candies and other stuff in there, but I mean, I dig peanut butter. I do get a little bit of that oatmeal, which kind of tempers sweetness a little bit on there. Yeah, that's good. Another warm cookie here. All right, let's go in for another bite. Take a look there. Got little pieces kind of all over the place, different kind of stuff in there. That last bite, I got me some of the almost like a oatmeal type peanut butter cookie with the kind of their traditional cookie dough base. Yeah, this is definitely not what I was expecting. I'm definitely enjoying this. Looks like there's some more chunks on this side, so let's see what that's all about. Great overall cookie. Love the texture on it. Not overly sweet. Peanut butter and oatmeal certainly is going to help cut some of that sweetness on there. I mean, this is just a satisfying cookie. Sadly, this is the last bite though. All right. Oh my gosh. Crumbl. You're doing it for me this week. Oh, and the one I'm most looking forward to, raspberry cheesecake. All right, there we go. Kind of looks like you expect it. Kind of that dark raspberry jam. All right, this baby's chilled here, as you'd expect. Oh, I love cheesecake. Their New York cheesecake one was one of the best cookies I've ever had. Let's see now, adding some raspberry jam on the top. Oh boy. Oh. Oh man. Making my eyes water, it's so good. Oh. Again, I love the chilled cookies. This kind of graham crust, the cream cheese, that vanilla cream cheese, it's sweet but delicious, but then you got that raspberry fresh tartness that kind of cuts a little bit of that sweetness. Oh my gosh, this is fabulous. Oh. Oh, that is magnificent. Take a look here. Good sized cookie on there. Oh, the texture on it is great being chilled. Got a good layer of cream cheese. Just enough of that strawberry or raspberry jam on there. This kind of really does remind me of a raspberry cheesecake. The balance on everything in here is wonderful. Not too much jam, not too much frosting. Cookie nice and dense, chilled. Oh man, this is delightful. I'll tell you what, I could eat another 2 or 3 of these right now. Oh, so good. Last bite. Oh. Holy moly, those 4 cookies went down. You know, I might take it back what I said last week about only being able to eat 5 cookies and rating them unbiased. It's like I didn't have any cookies yet. My goodness. All right, lastly, we're gonna go with the sea salt toffee. Here we are. Nice traditional looking cookie, milk chocolate chips, and sea salt or toffee in there. This is kind of similar, you know, like the chocolate chip or maybe the butterscotch. Instead, they got the salt just like that, but instead of butterscotch, toffee, which I like much more. So, alrighty. Definitely a sweeter cookie, very similar to the chocolate chip. Didn't get too much of a whiff of that salt, but the toffee is pretty sweet. If you like toffee, this is going to be what you'd expect it. Great texture, very delicious. Let's go in for another bite here. As you can see, yep, kind of just like their chocolate chip. On the back end here, you can get some of that toffee melted in there. Little pieces of melted toffee hanging out. Got that toffee texture where it's kind of soft at first and then it kind of hardens a bit. Oh. I wouldn't mind doing a few more cookies. I could rate them fairly at this point. I am still starving. Oh. Well, there it is. Oh, brother. That was just amazing. I'm literally wishing for more cookies right now. I take rating these cookies very seriously. In the description, there's a whole detailed, systematic way of the way I do it. So if you're interested to see how I rate the cookies, read that. I literally replay every cookie I've ever had, what I rated it, and really do a comparison in mind and ask myself, of all these cookies, what do I prefer the most right now? What would I rather eat? And I kind of just filter all that as I make the rating. So I'm a Crumbl cookie fanatic. Yes, I do take it seriously, and I do give it a lot of thought. It takes me about 10 to 15 minutes to really just let it soak and digest and think, and then I do the rating. So I'm gonna do that right now, and I'll be back here shortly. All right, I'm back, and I'm ready to rate these cookies. Unbelievable week. I was stunned by these cookies. Let's start with the lemon poppy seed. I wasn't sure what to expect with this one. I love lemon in cookies, but the lemon kind of filling, I was a little worried about that. Almond in the glaze, a little worried about that. First bite, put all those worries to rest. Everything was balanced really well. Cookie was really delicate. I would say it was room temperature. I think it would have been a little bit better chilled, in my opinion, but overall, The lemon filling on the inside was fantastic. You just had a little hint of that almond on the top, the poppy seeds. Just a really, really good cookie. Like I said, it wasn't dense. It was very soft, very delicate, just delicious. I'm gonna give that one a 9. Next, we'll move on to the Texas Sheet Cake. This was a great chocolate cookie. With a lot of the chocolate cookies that I've had from Crumbl, I just don't know what to expect. I was kind of just expecting another brownie-like cookie, except it was, but not in the way that I thought. It really did resemble the texture, density, and the sweetness that I was hoping for in a Texas sheet cake. That fudge on the top had the right amount of sweetness, the pecans were a nice touch on there, and very pleasantly surprised by it. It was just very solid and done very well. I had a hard time with this one. I almost want to give this one an 8.75, but I really kind of compared it to the chocolate cake, which was one of my favorite chocolate cookies, and I'd have to say it's right on par with that. I'm going to give it a 9. Next, we're going to move on to the Monster. This is another cookie I wasn't sure what to expect. It had all that business in there, candies and chocolate and peanut butter and semi-sweet chocolate chips, and then, like what kind of cookie is it? It's got oatmeal in there. Do I taste it? So taking that first bite, boom, peanut butter. I was like, all right, I can do this. And second bite, I got a whiff more of the oatmeal. And so it really was like a peanut butter oatmeal cookie, not overly sweet. Now, this cookie wasn't anything complex. It didn't have these layers of depth. I thought maybe the different candies would give different flavors throughout, but it really didn't. It was a uniform, simple cookie, but it did it really well. Not a whole lot to say about it, but it was fabulous. I thoroughly enjoyed that cookie. I am also going to give that one a 9. And now we will move on to the raspberry cheesecake. That cookie blew my mind. Chilled, the cookie itself, phenomenal, just like they did the New York cheesecake. The vanilla cream cheese frosting, it was the right amount compared to the cookie. But then this one had this raspberry tart jam that added another layer to this cookie. And after that first bite, I almost lost it. It was that good. And every bite literally just got better. And that was the 4th cookie in, and right now, I'm telling you, I can eat another 3 of those in a row and enjoy it to the last bite. That cookie is getting the first 10 ever for the Crumbl cookie review. 10 out of 10. Next, we're gonna move on to the Sea Salt Toffee. Very similar to their chocolate chip cookie, which I think is fabulous. Had the milk chocolate chips, which I actually prefer over the semi-sweet chips. The salt on it was a nice touch to balance kind of the extra sweetness that their chocolate chip cookie kind of does have. But then you have these just pieces of toffee. Now, toffee is on the sweet side, yes. And it has a weird texture, which I personally love. And if there would have been too much of that toffee, I think it would have been too sweet. But there was just enough toffee in there to just make that cookie really enjoyable. Some bites you get that milk chocolate chips because those were big chips on there, a little bit of that salt. And then some bites you get that intense toffee, but you had that kind of toffee theme throughout. So very well balanced cookie, really good. And that one is also going to get a 9. And that is going to give the total weekly score of 46.0 with an average cookie score of 9.2. I don't know if this can be beat. This was an unbelievable week. All these 9s, and when I was thinking in my head, I'm like, this is a 9, this is a 9, this is a 9. Well, it is what it is. I'm not going to give a cookie another rating just because the last 2 or 3 were 9s. They were solid 9s. I mean, I could just eat another 5 of these cookies like right now, and they would all be fabulous. All different cookies and all just done really well in their own way. Crumbl, I love you this week. You have produced, I just don't see how a week like this can be beat. It was truly phenomenal. Thank you so much for that. But now I'm gonna be just losing my mind until I can at least find out what the cookies are until next Sunday. So, absolutely fabulous. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you found this information useful, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you in next week's episode.